In the modern age, our computers can do a lot more than we give them credit for. Like, sure, we may complain that our computers can't run Cyberpunk 2077 at 2 billion FPS, but I mean, things could be a lot worse. Our modern computers have access to numerous different digital stores, emulators for anything with a screen, so you can pretty much play any game in history on one of these things. I mean, if you put in enough work, you can easily turn your PC into a microwave. Which is why today we aren't going to be playing a game on a $2,000 machine, and instead... The Oregon Trail was released in 1971 for PCs, or I guess DOS if you want to be more specific, but I'm not playing this version of the game. Not to be confused with the whole economic issue thing from back in the 1800s, because I'm going to be straight up, I do not have the skills nor confidence to give anyone a history lesson. However, rambling about a computer game that was released over 50 years ago? Sure. Starting the game, the first thing it shows you is a list of things you can do. I have the option to learn about the Oregon Trail, but I would do anything to not educate myself on any important topic before you ask. Yes, that has caused many issues in my personal life. So I'm just going to travel the trail. I like to think that's what I would do in real life if I lived in times before color, just jump into a threatening journey because I'm confident.
I made an Uber Eats account.
I now have 3 options on what occupation I'm a part of. I could be a banker from Boston, a carpenter from Ohio, or a farmer from Illinois. My gut says carpenter, but my heart says farmer. I do like cows. Now it's asking me to name my wagon leader. I could use my real name, but this is a video game where I can live out my dreams, so I choose Silly Guy. I like to think that's what I was supposed to be named when I was born. Now I get to name my kids. We got Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Arbuckle, like the guy from Garfield. I like the name. Soon after this, we get to spend our money on necessities for the trip. I would preferably like to just get there as soon as possible. I'd like to say I'm somewhat of a speedrunner and not worry about much else, so I'm just going to buy 16 ox and 10 pounds of food. The food's in case of an emergency. And then we're going to get 30 boxes of ammo in case I get bored or something. That's $2 over budget. I can live without the food. 1 pound of food, 30 boxes of ammo, and 16 ox. What could go wrong? And now it's time to start the game for real this time. Okay, so all you do is just sit and wait for stuff to happen. How fun. I bought a ton of ox, so I'm going incredibly fast, but I'm starting to regret my lack of buying anything else besides ox and ammo because very quickly all my kids became ill of varying diseases. Very quickly, my health shoots from fine to very poor, so I gave my computer some words of encouragement by praying I don't die. It was the 1800s, that's what they did back then. Okay, so in other news, my son Louis has died. I can't see why, I'll mourn his loss at a later time. I currently have no food. I should probably go hunting. When I first started hunting, I really expected the gameplay to pick up. I was hoping for some crazy first-person shooter gameplay. Okay, I suck at hunting, therefore it's the game's fault, not mine. Best I can do is, like, spin around. I shot this one thing, which I believe to be a huge squirrel, and I saw this bear-looking thing, but I kept missing. I got 1 pound of food. Thank God Louis died. Now the food will last us slightly longer. Dewey has dysentery. Not dead yet. 2 seconds later, Dewey has died. Okay, let's look on the bright side here. That 1 pound of meat will last us a lot longer now. Never mind, we ran out again. My luck is really bad. Arbuckle died, we have no food, our health is poor, and we have no medicine to get better with, and we've hardly made any progress. But it's not over yet. Let's catch our breath and take a break at Fort Kearney. Game gives me some ear-bleeding beeping in my ear, and we get to see this stunning landscape. Let's take a rest for a day. Alright, now that we're all rested, let's keep going and wish our luck picks up, because with how everything's going, which is not my fault, we are going to need that. I died. Here lies Silly Guy. I'm gonna write an epitaph for myself. Damn shame. Rest in paradise. I spelt paradise wrong. Whoops. And that concludes the Oregon Trail. I wish I could say I got further into the game so I could experience more of it, but sadly due to RNG, I couldn't. This game is incredibly iconic for the It's the 80s in your school's computer lab community, but for someone who for various reasons was never inside of that community, I can see why so many people have so much of an attachment to this game. They even have a card game based after this game. How I die of dysentery and Uno, I have no idea. I guess I could say I learned some sort of lesson about resource management, but listen to me, I just talked about some old computer game for the last few minutes. Do you really think I'm capable of self-reflection and improvement? This game really made me feel like I was on the Oregon Trail. Similar to how IGN describes Spider-Man PS4 and Batman Arkham Asylum, it really makes you feel like the protagonist. It engrossed me so much that I've taken it up to myself to go on my own real Oregon Trail mission and do whatever they were doing back in the 1800s.
It's windy. Ah!